In fact, AI helps companies in many ways, predicting consumer behavior, improving customer service, optimizing logistics, and even automating repetitive tasks. In fact, the use of AI saves times, reduces errors, and cuts cost. In this context, we can mention the names of at least two major companies. The first one is Amazon. Amazon uses AI to suggest products based on past purchases. Similarly, we can mention another very renowned American multinational company, Tesla. Tesla is pioneering self-driving technology, reshaping the future of transportation. Now, if we consider the manufacturing sector, we find that over 2.7 billion industrial robots are now in operation worldwide. 2.7 million industrial robots are now in operation worldwide. As a result, organizations uh, using these robots have been able to increase their productivity by 20 to 35%, and cost has reduced by at least 30% in daily operations. Another important point we must mention in this regard is AI related job postings have increased by over 250% during the last 5 years. And so we can say that uh, businesses should invest in AI tools and automations in order to enhance efficiency and also to offer better customer experiences. Another important point we must mention in this regard is sustainable business practices and corporate responsibility. In the present day situation, with the passage of time, consumers are becoming more environmentally more consumers are becoming more environmentally friendly, and in this context uh, we can say that this sustainability and corporate social responsibility are no longer optional. They are essential now. In this context, we can mention one important information. As per the study conducted by the IBM Institute for Business Value in 2020, 88% of consumers prefer environmentally friendly brand. Presently, on an average, as per the different studies conducted by different authorities, on an average, 65% of consumers prefer environmentally friendly brands. As a result, companies are under pressure to reduce their carbon footprints, use sustainable materials, and ensure fair labor practices. In fact, these trends helps businesses to build a positive image and attract loyal customers. So, in this context, we can mention some important information. The good news is that many companies are already putting these ideas, these ESG factors or sustainability, putting these ideas into practice. In this context, we can mention one very renowned American multinational company of outdoor recreation, clothing, equipment, and food, Patagonia. Patagonia famously encourages customers not to buy its products unless they truly need them. In fact, this company emphasizes environmental sustainability and social responsibility, and has cultivated a loyal customer base that respects those values. In this context, we can mention another very renowned British multinational company, Unilever. Unilever has pledged to reduce its plastic use and make all of its packaging recyclable or reusable by 2025. In fact, Unilever has invested heavily in its sustainable living brands, which consider ethical sourcing, environmental protection, and social equity. In fact, these brands are not only ethically superior, but also growing faster as compared to the rest of Unilever's portfolio. Even traditional financial institutions like BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, now stress the importance of ESG factors in long-term value creation. In annual letters to shareholders, the BlackRock CEO has emphasized the need to measure performance in terms of societal impact, not just financial results. In this context, we can mention some additional information also. If we consider Standard and Poor S&P 500 company, we find that in 2011, only 20% of these companies published ESG or sustainability reports. But in 2024, more than 90% of these companies have already started to publish sustainability reports. And another important point, that is 1/3 of these companies have committed to reaching net zero carbon emission by 2050 or earlier. So business firms should adopt sustainable practices not only to protect environment but also to meet customers' expectations and regulations. Another important point we should mention in this regard is the gig economy and remote work. The way people work is rapidly changing. The gig economy jobs like short-term, freelance or independent work and remote work have become very popular nowadays, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic. In this context, we can mention one important information. As per the prediction made by Upwork and Freelancers Union, Upwork is an American multinational company and Freelancers Union is a New York-based NGO. So as per the prediction made by this Upwork and Freelancers Union, it is estimated that more than 50%, 50.9% of the US workforce will participate in the gig economy by 2027. Presently, companies can access a global talent pool. Similarly, we can say that workers or employees can also enjoy the flexibility of freelancing or working from anywhere in the world. In fact, these trends allows businesses to reduce office cost and to hire experts for specific tasks without any long-term commitment. Platforms like Upwork and Fiverr. I have already mentioned that Upwork is an American multinational company. Similarly, Fiverr is an Israeli multinational company. So this Upwork and Fiverr connect freelancers with companies. In fact, through this Fiverr and Upwork, more than 20 million freelancers are now offering their services to clients around the world. On the other hand, big American multinational companies like X, which was formerly known as Twitter, and Microsoft have already adopted permanent remote work policies. In fact, remote work has become a cornerstone of the modern workplace. As of 2024, about 28% of full-time employees worldwide work remotely, either full-time or in hybrid arrangements. In USA, nearly 40% of all jobs are capable of being performed remotely. So as a result, both employees and employers, that means employees and companies, can enjoy certain benefits. As a result, 85% of those businesses, those firms have been able to enhance, able to improve their productivity, and employee turnover, as a result, employee turnover has reduced by about 25%. Even workers also benefit financially. Workers have been able to save their cost by $6,000 US dollar per annum, annually on commuting, meals and other office related costs. So definitely this gig economy and remote work, it is a remarkable change that has taken place during the last few years. Another important point we have to mention in this regard is personalized customers experiences. Today's customers expect more than just a product or service. They want personalized experiences. Business firms are using data to understand their customers better and to provide tailored solutions. In fact, personalization helps businesses to create a stronger relationship with their customers, leading to increase in loyalty as well as sales revenue. Now, if we consider the studies conducted by McKinsey and Company, we find that 80% of city consumers are more likely to buy from brands that offer personalized experiences, and 91% say they are more inclined to shop with companies that remember their preferences and offer relevant recommendations. And as a result, we can say that those companies which have already adopted this system have been able to increase their revenue by 10 to 15% on an average. So we can say that this is another remarkable change that has taken place during the last few years. And another important point we must mention in this regard is globalization and cross-border commerce. With the extensive use of internet and improved logistics, businesses are no longer limited to local markets. In fact, globalization has allowed companies to sell their products and services to customers around the world. In this context, we can mention one important information. As per the report published by the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, cross-border e-commerce sales reached $5.8 trillion in 2024, and it is expected that it will reach $8 trillion by 2027. In fact, we can say that major digital marketplaces are leading this global shift. One very renowned American multinational company, Amazon Global ships to over 100 countries with international sales making up of 27% of its total revenue. Similarly, Alibaba's AliExpress delivers more than 200 countries, offering millions of products to global customers, particularly in Europe and Latin America. Even Indian multinational company Nykaa, a beauty and wellness giant, already launched international shipping and is expanding into the Middle East and Southeast Asia, responding to demand for Indian origin products abroad. So we can say that business firms which intend to grow should expand their business operations globally or internationally. But they should consider very carefully local market needs, regulations, and cultural differences. So on the basis of this discussion, it can be said that the future of business is full of exciting opportunities, but it also comes with challenges. To stay ahead, businesses must be flexible, innovative, and customer-centric. Digital transformation, artificial intelligence, sustainability, flexible work arrangement, personalization, and globalization are the key trends shaping commerce and management today. Now, it is expected that by adopting these trends, business firms will not only be able to survive, but also to flourish in the years to come. So this is our expectation, this is our anticipation, and this is our prediction. We all know that the success of any prediction or projection depends on certain factors. Today, in our discussion, we have to mention one very renowned, very important factor, non-economic factor. In this context, we can mention a very renowned professor, John Elster, professor of political science, Columbia University. And we must mention his classic entitled The Cement of Society, a Study of Social Order. According to his famous book, any prediction or any projection can be successfully achieved if proper cooperation is there. That means if proper cooperation among stakeholders, including political personalities, bureaucrats, and administrators, is present in the economy, then only this prediction can be successfully achieved. In this context, we can also mention the name of famous economist, Nobel laureate, Professor Amartya Sen. And we must mention his famous book entitled Development as Freedom. In his book, Professor Sen has also put emphasis on cooperation. In this context, we can also mention the name of famous British-born Marxist, economic geographer, and distinguished professor of anthropology and geography at the City University of New York, Professor David Harvey. Professor David Harvey has given emphasis on collective efforts and collective response in order to combat situation arising out of any transformation. And we all know that collective efforts, collective response, and cooperations all are interdependent and interrelated. So again, we can say that if proper cooperation is present in the among stakeholders, is present in the economy, then only this prediction can be successfully achieved. However, there are certain factors which may hamper, which may hurt the strength of cooperation. In this context, we can mention at least 3 points. The first one is personal ego. Personal ego of the bureaucrats, personal ego of the political personalities, personal ego of the administrators. So if negative ego takes place, strength of cooperation goes down. Similarly, the second point is irregularities and corruptions, which are very much present in developing countries like India. Now, if we consider the report published by Transparency International, we find that in respect of corruption perception index, India's status is not at all favorable. Now, we all know that corruption perception index varies between 0 and 100. If corruption perception index is 0, it indicates that the country is highly corrupt. And if the corruption perception index is 100, it indicates that the country is very clean. In 2022, India's corruption perception index was 40 and India's rank was 85 out of 180 countries in the world. In 2023, situation deteriorated. India's corruption perception index was 39 and India's rank was 93. And in the very next year, in 2024, similar trend was noticed. India's corruption perception index was 38 and India's rank was 96. That means with the passage of time, India's status in respect of corruption perception index has been deteriorating. So in general, but if we consider our small neighboring country Bhutan, we find that Bhutan captured 18th rank in 2024 and Bhutan's corruption perception index was 72. So we can say that in respect of corruption perception index, India is not doing well. And in general, we can say that if irregularities and corruptions arise, obviously personal interest takes place. As a result, strength of cooperation goes down. And thirdly, irrationalities. This is also associated with human behavior. If the stakeholders are not rational enough, obviously the strength of cooperation goes down. So if we minimize the negative impact of these factors, then only the strength of cooperation will go up. If strength of cooperation is restored, strength of cooperation enhances, then only this prediction can be successfully achieved. And if it happens, it is expected that this huge transformation in the business world will yield a positive result. And ultimately, the whole economy will be benefited and the society will be benefited. So with this hope, I am concluding my discussion. I must convey my heartfelt thanks to the authority of the Asansol Girls College for giving me this opportunity to act as keynote speaker in this seminar. Thank you all. Thank you. Namaskar.
The extent the extent our heartfelt gratitude to Sir for beautifully articulating the contemporary ideas in the field of commerce and management. I'm sure the audience were deeply enriched by the expertise you shared. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, you can get the Now, I invite Professor Amit Prathanap, Department of Commerce, to introduce our next speaker who will be joining us online, Professor Dr. Shubhrata Roy.
नमस्कार.
A very good afternoon, everyone present here. On behalf of our college, It's a great honor for me to introduce our distinguished speaker for this national seminar on the occasion of International Accounting Day 2025, Professor Dr. Subrat Roy. Dr. Roy is currently the professor and head of the Department of Commerce at Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Motihari, Bihar. A dedicated scholar with nearly 2 decades of academic experience, Dr. Roy specializes in accounting and finance. He holds his PhD and master's from the University of Burdwan. Professor Roy extensive research interests are highly relevant to today's financial landscape. He has an impressive publication record, over 60 papers in different reputed journals. His contributions to the field have been recognized with the Best Research Paper Award for various prestigious institutions, including IIM Jammu. He has also served as resource person at different leading institutions such as IIM Bodhgaya and IIT Patna. Please join me in welcoming a leading voice in commerce and finance, Professor Dr. Subrat Roy. A big round of applause for the Dr. Roy. Now, sir, it's over to you.
I am getting you.
Yes, sir.
My voice is audible now.
Yes, sir. It's probably audible, sir.
Uh, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for brief introduction about me. Actually, I am not so. Uh, so, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chief Patron Molai Bhatto, President of the governing body, respected Dr. Monica Shah, teacher in charge, Asansol Girls College, respected Dr. Piru Rajak, IPSC coordinator, Asansol Girls College, and convener of this one-day seminar, Dr. Surabhi Gupta, Head Department of Commerce, respected members of the organizing committee, and my respected dear teacher from whom I have learned a lot during my study at University of Burdwan, and I am still also learning from him. Today's guest of honor, Professor Devaji Sood, Department of Commerce, the University of Burdwan, respected participants and dear students. So I am very much pleased to know that Department of Commerce Asansol Girls College has organized a one-day national seminar on the topic Thriving in Transition, New Trends in Commerce and Management, which is very much important in today's volatile world. And it is a privilege. Oh, oh, ठीक ठीक okay.
হ্যাঁ, সোশ্যাল ক্যাটাগরি লাগবে ভাই, সোশ্যাল ক্যাটাগরি লাগবে। কে ডিটেলসে লাগবে, সোশ্যাল ক্যাটাগরি লাগবে, তারা সেটা লাগবে। আর যেটা লাগবে হচ্ছে কেউ কেউ আর তার পেরেন্টসের ফোন নাম্বার লাগবে। আমাদের ফোন করতে হবে, প্যারেন্টসের ফোন নাম্বার, সোশ্যাল ক্যাটাগরি, আর তোমার লাগবে হচ্ছে চারটে আমার নোটিফিকেশন এগুলো লাগবে, তারপরে নিজের শেষে তুমি কমপ্লিট টেস্ট পাঠিয়ে দিতে পাঠাচ্ছি লাগে, ঠিক আছে? ঠিক আছে। না না রেগুলেশন আর হবে না, তুমি তো একটা কমপ্লিট সেট করতে পাঠাও, এখানে কিন্তু অনেক কিছু থাকে। আমার এখন যেটা আরো চারটে ফিল্ড হলেই হবে, ঠিক আছে? চারটে ফিল্ড আরো হলেই হবে, আমার লাগবে। কালকে বলেছি মডারেশন কালকে। পাঠিয়েছে কুড়িটা, তার মধ্যে অনেকগুলো রেপুটেশনস আছে, রেপুটেশন আছে, ঠিক আছে? আর তারপরে তুমি তাদের তাদের চাকরি না না সে শোষী ক্যাটাগরি কি বললা চারটে আমি চেয়েছি, ঠিক আছে? তুমি ওটাকে একটা মেলে লিখে বলো, সেটা করতে হবে, এখন 18 তারিখ হয়ে যাচ্ছে, এখন হবে না, এখন তারিখ এখন হ্যাঁ 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 তাহলে তো সাড়ে তিনশো
So I am audible now. I am audible.
Yes, yes.
Yes, okay. So I am very much pleased to know that Department of Commerce Asansol Girls College has organized a multinational seminar on the topic thriving in transition, new trends in commerce and management, which is very much important in today's volatile world. And it's a privilege to me to speak on a topic that connects economics, environment, and the essence of human existence. Conjunctions, containment, or gratitude, you can say, and the climate crisis, rethinking the economics of spirituality in a changing world. So let's start that we stand at a unusual moment in human history. Never before have so many possessed so much material wealth. Yet surveys consistently reveal declining life satisfaction, rising anxiety, and a pervasive sense of emptiness in the world's wealthiest nations. Simultaneously, we face an unprecedented ecological emergency also, like climate disruption, mass extinctions, and resource depletions, threaten the very habitability of our planet. These two crises, one of meaning and one of matter, are not separate phenomena. They are the same. They are intimately connected to the economic system and cultural narratives that govern our relationship with conjunctions. And this talk proposes a radical yet ancient idea that the path of addressing the climate crisis requires not only technological innovations and policy reforms, it may not work, but a fundamental reimagining of what constitutes a good life. It has to be done, drawing on empirical research, spiritual traditions, and alternative economics models. I will argue that practices of containment, gratitude, and spiritual formation offer both psychological resources for individual well-being as well as cultural resources for building economics that respect planetary boundaries. Actually, the question before us is not merely how do you reduce emissions, but how do we create societies where people can prosper without destroying the ecological balances, ecological systems that sustains all life. The answer, like put yourself forward, lies at the intersection of inner transformations, not change, transformation, inner transformation, and institutional redesign, where the economics of spirituality meets the spirituality of economics. Now the question is whether consumption as the engine of ecological breakdown. Let us begin with these harsh material facts. Contemporary research identifies excessive consumption, particularly in high-income economics, as a primary driver to climate change and ecological degradation. A recent study that has been done by SAST in 2023, gratitude as a system-wide values-based approach to enhance sustainable consumption choices. Here we have shown that numbers are sobering. If everyone on Earth consumed at the rate of the average American, we would need approximately 5 planets to sustain current resource demands. The only 10% of the global population produces nearly half of all lifestyle consumption emissions, while the poorest 50% contributes only 10%. Just imagine the fact. This is not a simply a problem of population or technology. It is fundamentally a problem of economic organization and cultural values. Our dominant economic paradigm, what you might call growth capitalism, is predicated on the assumption that more production and more consumption are always better. It helps to enhance GDP. And we know that GDP growth is the primary measure of societal progress, and that human desires are limitless and should be continually stimulated and satisfied. But consumption is more than an economic activity. It is a cultural practice deeply embedded in system of meaning making and identity formation. Capitalism does not really respond to pre-existing desires. It actively manufactures them through sophisticated marketing, social comparison, and the colonization of public and private place by commercial messaging. Modern economics create what researchers have called manufactured dissatisfaction. Religious and ethical traditions have long recognized this dynamic. Saint Francis Assisi in Canticle of the Creatures, written a book, articulated an alternative vision of human flourishing rooted in contemplation, simplicity, and communion with creation rather than domination and extraction. And it has been put by a researcher, M.S. Munich in 2025. Buddhist economics, as articulated by E.F. Schumacher and others, critiques the assumption that human wants are infinite and proposes instead that true development means cultivating sufficiency, compassion, and wisdom. A very good book that has been written by G. Gottfried in 2023, Buddhist Economics, Philosophical Premises and Environmental Policy Implications, and has been published in Springer. Here the moral dimension is crucial. We have to think what we are going to do. Technological efficiency improvement, while necessary, of course it is necessary, are insufficient if they merely enable more consumption at lower environmental cost per unit. And you know about Jevons paradox. Demonstrate that efficiency gains often lead to increased total consumption. A phenomenon economics calls it rebound effect, meaning that what is required is not just better technology but transform values, a shift from acquisition to appreciation, from having to being, from endless growth to dynamic equilibrium. The consumption crisis is not primarily a matter of individual moral failure. It is built into the architecture of our economic institutions. Corporations are legally obliged to maximize shareholder value, creating structural incentives for planned oscillations, aggressive marketing, And resistance to sustainability means that might reduce trades. And financial system requires continuous growth to service debt. Urban planning gives importance on automobile dependent collapse. But religious scholars and ecological economists have argued that addressing climate change requires dealing with these system drivers, not simply appealing to individual consumer choice within an unchanged system. This is where the intersection of spirituality and economics become most potent. Spiritual traditions offer both critique of consumerist values and constructive visions of alternative ways of organizing economic life. If consumption were consistently delivering human flourishing, the case of restraint would be much harder to make. But decades of research in psychology, sociology, and behavioral economics reveal a philosophical paradox. Beyond a modest threshold of material security, additional consumption produces diminishing and eventually negative return for subjective well-being. The phenomenon has been called the Ashtarabin paradox, hedonic adaptation, or simply the affluence paradox, shows that life satisfactions in wealthy nation has remained essentially flat even as per capita income has doubled or tripled over the past 50 years. Meanwhile, rates of depression, anxiety, loneliness, suicide, everything have increased in a rocket speed. And one researcher put in affluent but anxious, rich but restless, educated but spiritually not educated. So recent theoretical work has begun to model how spiritual practice and orientation might function as substitutes for material consumption in producing well-being. The Jedonic model that has been proposed by Aiden and Cat in 2021, this suggests that spiritual practice of gratitude, contemplation, service, and connection can generate equal or subjective utility compared to hedonic consumption, but at vastly lower environmental cost. This is not a merely theoretical speculation. Empirical research consistently demonstrated that mindfulness practices are associated with increased life satisfaction, reduced materialism, and activation of intrinsic rather than extrinsic values. Religious participations and spiritual practice correlate with lower consumption levels, greater life satisfaction, and stronger pro-social and pro-environmental values across diverse cultural contexts. And this mechanism appears to work through multiple ways. Contemplative practices strengthen attention and awareness, allowing people to notice and realize experiences rather than constantly seeking novel stimulation. Gratitude practices shift focus from what is lacking to what is present, countering the manufactured dissatisfaction that consumption. Spiritual frameworks provide alternative source of meaning, identity, and status that do not depend on material acquisitions. The hedonic treadmill, our propensity to quickly adapt to improvements in circumstances and return to the baseline level of happiness. It helps explain why consumption promises satisfaction, but rarely delivers it for long. And each new purchase keeps spinning, fueled by social comparison, and it gives you pleasure, followed by adaptation and renewed desire, and advertising that constantly redefines enough as more than you already have. Cultivating the capacity to experience sufficiency, to recognize and rest in enough. And know about Buddhist teachings on non-attachment, Stoic practices of voluntary simplicity, Christian tradition of Sabbath, rest, the Jubilee redistribution, An indigenous wisdom about living in balance with the land or point toward possibility. And importantly, this is not about deprivation or aesthetics denial. It is about liberation from the tyranny of endless desires. We need those things which are required for living. Discovering forms of wealth that do not require constant acquisition. Sufficiency is not about having less, it is about needing less, which paradoxically allows for a deeper human satisfaction. The middle way Buddhist economic thought offers perhaps the most developed spiritual dogma for reimagining the relationship between material provisions and human flourishing, rooted in fundamental truths in no parasitic. Particularly the inside the car begins Tanaha is the source of suffering. And Buddhist economics proposes that true development means cultivating wisdom, understanding what I am doing, what we are doing. I am doing it with understanding or without understanding. Just I am following something. Compassion and continuity rather than maximizing consumption. And one Buddhist scholar, Srimachar, he wrote Buddhist economics, argued that conventional economics states consumption as the goal of economic activity. While Buddhist economics views consumption as merely a means of human well-being. Consumption does not mean only food. Consumption is all types of consumption. The optimal pattern of consumption is therefore the one that achieves well-being with the minimum of consumption. Free time and energy for spiritual and relational development. Right livelihood, interdependence, moderation. These are the Buddhist purposes. And in no other Thailand sufficiency economy. Philosophy prompted by King Bhumibol Adelaide and now embedded in national development planning represent policy level applications of Buddhist principles. It emphasizes moderation, reasonableness, and resilience with built-in safeguard against shocks through diversification and knowledge. If Buddhism offers a comprehensive philosophical framework, Gestalt practices provide a more accessible and validated entry point for individuals and communities. The practice of recognizing and appreciating what one has received functions as a direct counter to the consumerist logic of perpetual dissatisfaction. And Western philosophical and religious traditions also offer rich resources for reducing consumption. Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on distinguishing between what is within our control, our judgment and responses, and what is not external circumstances, provides tools for emotional resilience that do not depend on material conditions. The Stoic practice of negative visualization, imagining the loss of what one has, cultivates appreciation and guard against hedonic adaptations. Contemporary non-monastic communities continue to experiment with these practices, offering insights into both the possibilities and challenges of living simply in community. Research on this community reveals that while they successfully reduce consumptions and environmental impact, they also face ongoing tensions around governance, boundary setting, and the emotional labor required to sustain communal life. The lessons are valuable. It is valuable for broader to build sustainable living. Indigenous traditions worldwide offer alternative orthodoxy that fundamentally challenge the objectivism underlying consumer capitalism. Rather than viewing nature as inert matter to be exploited, many indigenous What gives understand humans as embedded in networks of kinship, a reciprocity with the more than human world. Islamic, there are so many thoughts are there. Islamic, there are also Islamic thought are there. Buddhist thought are there. So contemporary Islamic scholars are developing frameworks for master-based economics that prioritize the higher objective of Islamic law: protection of life, intellect, lineage, wealth, and faith over mere GDP growth. This approach resonates with capability-based and well-being-oriented economic frameworks emerging from secular development economics. The degrowth movement, emerging primarily from European ecological economics, proposes that wealthy nations must deliberately reduce material and energy to achieve sustainability while improving quality of life. This is not recession, unplanned economic contraction that causes unemployment and hardship, but rather a managed transition to a steady state economic operating within planetary boundaries. And many argue that degrowth is politically unrealistic and economically risky. But proponents counter that continued growth is physically impossible on a finite planet. Planet is not infinite. Earth is not infinite. And that the real question is whether contraction will be planned and equitable or chaotic and catastrophic. Spiritual practices and communities that modern sufficiency-based living provide crucial cultural resources for making degrowth socially imaginable and desirable. If GDP growth is the problem, what should replace it as the goal of economic theory, economic policy? The well-being economic movement proposes reorienting economic system toward directly improving human and ecological pluralism, measured through multi-dimensional indicators rather than a single monetary agreement. And New Zealand, many developed countries like New Zealand, Iceland, Scotland, Wales, and Finland have formed the well-being economic governance partnership, committing to use well-being frameworks in budget decisions. And you know about Bhutan's gross national happiness index. While in market, represent a pioneering effort to measure progress through psychological well-being, cultural vitality, ecological resilience, and good governance rather than economic output alone. So the connection to spirituality is started. Well-being framework creates space to value the goods that spiritual traditions have always emphasized. Meaning, connection, contemplation, service, which GDP ignores or counts as economically unproductive. I have lot of wealth, lot of money, but I am unhappy. So what is the meaning of my wealthiness? No meaning. By measuring what matters, well-being economic aligns policy intensity with the actual constituents of human flourishing. Many scholars, like Boye, Untasen, describe how Buddhist principles of sufficiency have been translated into social accounting framework of Thailand, rather than focusing solely on financial returns. Sufficiency accounting evaluates project and policies based on some criteria. What are the criteria? Moderation, reasonableness, resilience, knowledge, and virtue. And this framework has been applied at scale from individual firms to provincial development plans. While challenges remain in implementation and measurement, sufficiency account demonstrates how spiritual principles can be operationalized in economic planning and evaluation. Dogmatic approach. Kate Rau's dogma framework provides a visual and conceptual tool for integrating social foundation with ecological ceilings. The dogma represents a safe and just place for humanity above the inner ring of social minimum. But below the outer ring of planetary boundaries, like climate, diversity, fresh water, here Bhutan's GNH framework measure progress through 9 domains: psychological well-being, health, education, time use, cultural diversity, good governance, community vitality, ecological diversity, and living standards. And policy proposal must undergo GNH screening before adoption in Thailand, adoption in Bhutan. While Bhutan faces real threats, including rural-urban migration, unemployment, pressure to pursue conventional development, the GNH framework has protected forests, maintain cultural practices, and create a space for alternative development methods. It demonstrates that small nations can chart distinctive courses and that comprehensive well-being measurement is administratively feasible. So the climate crisis confronts us with a fundamental choice about what kind of societies we want to build, and what kind of lives we want to live, what kinds of corporation we need. The dominant response, green growth through technological efficiency, is necessary but it is not sufficient. Efficiency without sufficiency leads to rebound effects and perpetuates the underlying logic of endless expansion on a finite planet. The alternative path requires both inner and outer transformation. Neither alone is sufficient. Inner work without institutional change leaves exploitative structure intact and places unfair burden on individuals to resist systematic pressures. Institutional change without cultural transformation lacks the motivational power. A society legitimacy needed for durable transition. What if we reimagine economics not as a science of allocating their resources and unlimited ones, but as the art of cultivating gratitude for what we have received and sharing it generously with others? And this is not mere utopianism. It is a hard-headed recognition that the current system, which treats the art as an infinite source and saying which measures progress by how much we extract and discard, which stimulates endless desire and then profits from the anxiety it creates, leading us toward catastrophe. And we are experiencing every day. Global warming, sea level high. We need savanna, not like Amazon forest. This type of word we are hearing every day. Sustainability, global warming. It has been implanted in our mind and thus we are uttering everyday sustainability, but we do not do nothing. Just meeting, conferences, everything. Gratitude is a revolutionary act in the cultural of manufactured dissatisfaction. Contentment is a form of resistance. An economy that requires perpetual growth. Sufficiency is a radical political stance in the society organized around the assumption that more is always better. But these are not mere acts of resistance. They are also acts of creation, creating lives of deeper meaning, communities of authentic connection, and economies that serve human and ecological flourishing. They represent not sacrifice but liberation, freedom from the treadmill of endless acquisition, freedom to invest time and energy in what truly matters, freedom to live in the right relationship with each other and with the earth. And I say climate crisis is a crisis of spiritual crisis. Ultimately, it is a spiritual crisis, a crisis of values, a crisis of meaning, a crisis of relationship. It cannot be solved by technology and policy alone. Though it desperately needs both, it requires a transformation of consciousness, your understanding, not change. Today I am wearing a red shirt and tomorrow I am wearing a green shirt. This is change, not transform. I remain the same. A reorientation of desire and a recovery of wisdom from your ancient teachers that countless traditions have taught. Wealth is not measured in possessions, but in presence, not in having, but in being, not in intellect, but in dynamic balance. This transformation is already underway. The question is not whether we can afford to make this transition. We cannot afford not to. The question is whether we have the wisdom and courage to choose enoughness over excess, gratitude over greed, being over having. The answer to the question will determine not only the habitability of our planet, but the quality of our lives and the legacy we leave to future generations. What is happening in the first place? Unless we first want to know why it is happening in the first place, how will we be able to mitigate? Why do you think it is happening? The whole phenomenon of what we call as climate change and the related problems like ecosystem collapse, biodiversity loss of forest cover, extinction of species every time and every second, and so many things. When the ego does not quite understand itself, then it has got no option but to go on an outward journey. Journey says there is no other, come forward. The ego does not hear the journey. It travels, it devastates, it blasts. Everything that comes its way. It wants to satisfy by using material. And material has not been known to give the ego or the lasting satisfaction. So the result is more and more consumption of whatever the ego can lay its hands on. Some enduring episodes of happiness are obtained and they keep the hope of lasting satisfaction alive. So man goes on capturing, conquering, and consuming. Just around us we can see only three divisions. Man, one is man, second is man-made object, and the third is so-called natural objects. So when man wants to consume, he does not fear than anything. Oh, he lust for consumption and tries all possible ways to capture those. Who is this man? This is the man coming from a mode of thinking that lays no emphasis on understanding yourself. It is much more concerned about the outer world. And of course, when it is concerned about the outer world, there will be great progress in science and technology also. In everything that can be seen in outside. So man as he is climate change. So climate change is not merely man-made. Climate change is man's compulsion. Man cannot help climate change. Man is climate change itself. And if you have this big hole in your heart, what else will you do? You will use the entire universe to plug this hole. And if you find this planet Earth too little to fill up your hole, then you will proceed towards other planets. Of course, man is the only element best to intellect. So you can do that. You can now go and colonize Mars and you can say we have eaten whatever there was to be eaten on the Earth. Now it is the town of another planet. Gobble it up, you will consume. And what the price of that? We are saying that good is just how the two Buddhas live. Maybe now that you are pregnant. Let's go and plant one more tree. This is the name of your would be baby child. One hide our complicity in the great crime of killing this planet by doing all those little good things. In fact, doing those good things is a great indicator that you are doing some great evil. You want to hide by doing some little good things. So all the elites in terms of money, material and power living in the post-colonies and having a greatly big carbon footprint would be at the footprint of a tree plantation drive. Suppose Miss Mittal would get down from her swanky Mercedes and plant a tree and say, now let's see how climate change was. After planting the sapling, take a selfie and publish in worldwide media with a smile and get back into the swanky road race and feel proud that she has done something for environmental conservation. Childish, it will not help. It is idiotic. So creation of the new humanity is needed through intelligent spirituality that brings a deep transformation in human consciousness. Now I want to stop my deliberation by reading a story that has been written by my son. Just I am reading the story. The planet at Ferry. The sun shines down the wide road. The wagers take the load. Another busy day begins. We take careless moorings. The slaves are in control, like puppets in a grim patrol. The salty dispatches his mist over the diaphanous count feast. The murder of ambient cries of revolution, when executed, leads to a frenzy generation that is already by the savvy hands of nature, when she loses her irresistance and lethal future, like rolling water we shall die, with igniting velocity of light, we shall bid farewell to her. Bury the heartless savages to her. She will not forgive either. For the every deeds that are done with her, the savages left a wounded seed that showed the hypos of poison feet. The transformation should be now and hither, or else should the irascible nature punish thither. For no fauna and flora to be left in daisy light, for the planet will extinguish as it did 10 billion years before mine. I called to the world spontaneously, give me a hand or point seriously. I called out again, hoping to bring a bruising regain. Centuries passed, I continued my divine call, but no one heard me, nor gave a replying call. Millenniums passed, I relentlessly continue, but the streak of voice died in the silence of a dark, gloomy, drizzling November night. So the bird of the heavens, with archangelic shrieks, will drag the living part of the world with her. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to deliver a lecture on this one-day national seminar. Thank you.
We extend our sincere gratitude to Sir for joining us virtually and delivering an exceptionally insightful address. Despite the physical distance, your presence has been strongly felt throughout the session, Sir. The clarity of your ideas, the depth of your scholarship, and the relevance of your perspectives have significantly enriched through this session. We are truly We are truly grateful for the time you dedicated, the expertise you shared, and the seamless manner in which you engage with the audience. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Namaskar.
Moving on to the next segment, we are honored to have with us Dr. Lalit Kumar Joshi, sir, Assistant Professor in the Department of Commerce at Kazi Nazrul University, ASANSOL. His exceptional academic records truly inspire us. His research interests primarily span around corporate governance, corporate finance, strategic management, and other relevant areas in which he has built a significant body of scholarly work. Dr. Joshi has an established research profile with over 30 national and international publications covering empirical studies, financial performance analysis, and many more. Alongside his academic responsibilities, Dr. Joshi actively engages in research driven discourse and maintains a strong commitment to advancing scholarship in commerce and management studies. Please join me in appreciating our guest with a round of applause. We'll now move to the heart of our academic endeavor, the technical session. This is where ideas meet analysis, where research meets discourse. Dr. Joshi will chair the session, both offline and online presentations.
पानी है सामने
Over to you, sir.
हाँ सुना है अरे कॉपीराइट का नहीं कुछ ही है कॉपीराइट का बाहर में जा कॉपीराइट
A very good afternoon, everyone. Uh, my humble regards to Professor Devashish Sur, Professor of Commerce of the University of Bardwan, who happens to be the teachers of many of us. Now, in this session, the technical session, where we
वो
have
जो
13
पुल पे है
papers
ना
to be
वो
presented
बनाना चाहिए
by the different research scholars and the teachers of the universities and colleges. So we have around 5 offline papers to be presented
मुझे
and
हेडफोन को ऑफ
6
करना है
online
माइक्रोफोन को ऑफ
papers
करना
are
है
there to be presented on the
स्पीकर्स कर दो
online
स्पीकर्स
mode.
स्पीकर्स
So first we're going to take up the online, offline papers which are going to be presented here. Uh, with this, I request Devlina Mishra. Our paper is Proactive Cybercrime Security Framework for the Modern FinTech Ecosystem. Just before you start, just let me tell you, you will be given a time of 5 minutes plus 1 minute to wrap up. Okay, so please restrict your discussions within 5 minutes. Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, esteemed guests, respected judges, and everyone present over here. My name is Devlina Mishra. I am a research scholar, Department of Commerce, University of Calcutta. I'll be presenting a topic that sits on the critical intersection of innovation and trust, a proactive cybersecurity framework for the modern fintech ecosystem. We live in an era where financial technology is revolutionizing how we bank, invest, and manage money. But with great innovations comes even greater risk. The financial sector is the prime target for cyber attacks. This research involves a qualitative and descriptive analysis approach, starting with threat landscape identification, followed by mitigation strategy analysis, and finally, framework synthesis. The traditional reactive system, the kind that waits for breach to happen, is no longer enough. So, what is the better alternative? A proactive cybersecurity framework. Instead of waiting for an attack, the proactive strategy anticipates, detects, and neutralizes the harm.
even before it occurs. Very similar to a 24/7 security system in someone's residence that predicts a break in even before the attack happens. For fintech, it is not a luxury, it is a survival imperative. My presentation delves into three pillars of this approach. Pillar 1, organizational structure posture. This pillar involves the processes, policies, and overall structure implemented by an organization to protect and manage its assets. It includes an implementation of an effective data loss protection policy which secures financial data from being accidental leaks and malicious exfiltration. The second is continuous monitoring and penetration testing. Continuous monitoring helps to identify vulnerabilities, anomalies, and threats in a system. Penetration testing is an authorized simulated cyber attacks on a computer system which evaluates its security. Another way is system-based design. In this process, security is embedded in all phases of the system during the development life cycle. The second pillar is technical and application design. This pillar focuses on the specific technical tools, configurations, and applications for the system to defend its security, such as mandatory multi-factor authentications for passwords, which are used in device to protect other sensitive informations. Another is robust API security. Application Programming Interface (API) allows software systems to communicate. Robust API security protects this communication. The next is network resilience. This involves use of firewalls and DDoS protection to ensure service continuity. The final and most important is consumer training. The end users or the consumers must be made aware, educated about the various types of cyber attacks like phishing, hacking, spoofing, spam emails. They should be made aware that they should not use open sources Wi-Fi available in cafes and airports for their financial sharing data because this causes them their information to be leaked. So they should use protective Wi-Fi systems for sharing their data. I would like to conclude by saying the future of fintech security cannot be defensive. Rather, it should be proactive, intelligent, and continuous. By adapting these strategies, we can build a financial ecosystem that is not only driven by innovation but also earns unwavering trust of its users. The time to act is now. Let us build the future of finance on a strong foundation. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Devalina Mishra. You have basically tried to provide a basic security framework. That means you want to be a proactive than to be a preventive. So you have tried to develop one security framework for modern fintech ecosystem existing in the cyber world. But then, madam, your research is basically, as being, let me tell you, this should be very much comprehensive. Rather, it should conclude you should conclude your research in a proper manner because research without conclusion does not make any sense. The third point, what I would like to say that it is basically theoretical in nature. Let me tell you one thing because your presentation, you have really nicely did the presentation. Presentation part is excellent from your part. But what I could find out that because these are very theoretical in nature, have you identified some of the pitfalls of the researches which has conducted earlier, and you have come to a conclusion like this, provided three pillars for building a proactive measures for cyber security?
Yes, sir. I have been studying many literature review, and you are correct. This is very theoretical in nature because sir, the quantitative impact is quite limited. Even in this green financing, all the measures these are new topics. And as for the literature review, and even for different purposes, different application software, one stage is applicable in some other software like WhatsApp uses multi-factor authentication. Amazon, Flipkart.
No, no, I understood. I understood.
Yes, sir.
So your study is based on the existing literatures which are there.
Yes, sir.
So,
From where I have compiled the three framework.
Yeah, that I got. But you have not developed a framework which could have been accepted by the modern corporates to build up a proactive cyber security measures. But rather, you have advocated to have some proactive cyber security measures to to have a control over the financial outlay of a particular organization. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for the nice presentation. Can I invite now Mohit Das? Your topic is re-evaluating the double entry system in the age of automation, a theoretical perspective. To you also be restricted yourself to 5 minutes.
Yo voy a caer.
Please.
Good afternoon, everyone sitting over here, esteemed professor, and my dear student, my dear friends, all of you. So today's topic of discussion of my research paper is re-evaluating double entry system in the age of automation, a theoretical perspective. I am Mohit Das, former student of Trivendevi Bhalotia College, Raniganj, MCOM. So I will start with my introduction. Actually, accounting is called language of business because it shall record interpreted financial information. But with new technologies like artificial intelligence, robotic process automation, and blockchains, accounting is changing rapidly. My paper is explore how these technologies affect logical structure and purpose the double entry system. And it also studies how traditional accounting principles can combine with modern automation to make reporting more accurate and transparent. So objective of my paper is to analyze the historical and conceptual foundation of double entry system, to examine how automation and digital technologies are influencing traditional accounting practices. And next one is to analyze whether automation can replace or only modify the double entry system. And next is to highlight the changing role of accountants in the age of automation. And last one is to suggest way to combine accounting principles with the modern technologies for better financial reporting and control. So, for this study, I go through the various literature by which I can find that the double entry system is first documented by Luca Pacioli in 1494, become the cornerstone of modern commerce.
Skip this. Come to the. You have a methodology first.
Yes, sir.
And please come to the methodology and come to the conclusion.
Okay, sir. So actually for my study, the research methodology is theoretical and qualitative in nature. Focus on conceptual understanding rather than empirical data. The research design which I adopt in this study is based on descriptive and analytical approach. Examine how automation influences the double entry framework. And data collection is mainly on secondary data based on research journal and academic papers, books on accounting theory, reports from professional bodies like ICAI, IFSC, etc. The main analysis and discussion. First is evaluation of double entry system. So this one is introduced by Luca Pescioli, foundation of modern accounting, and ensure every transaction has two sides and debit and credit. Provide accuracy, balance, and financial study. The role of automation in accounting. The automation, AI, RPA, and blockchain perform repetitive tasks automatically, increase speed, accuracy, and reliability of financial data. Software is still operated on double entry logic. Every debit equals to credit. Transformation, not replacement. Means automation enhances the existing system, but it doesn't replace it. The accountants now act as a data analyst and decision maker. Human judgment remains essential for ethics and interpretation. Blockchain and triple entry concept. The new concept that is come is called blockchain technology. So what is blockchain technology? Actually, this technology is the verified entry that provides sheer transparency and reduce fraud. It's extend but not does eliminate the double entry principle. The changing role of accountant. The role of accountant now becomes changed. They shift from record keeping to strategic analysis. Accountant now ensure accuracy, ethics, and system oversight. Technology complement human expert does not expect it. Now the last thing of my study is that the future of accounting. Now future is lie in integration of technology and traditional principles. Double entry will remain the backbone of the financial system and focus ethical automation, continuous auditing, and real-time reporting. So last one, the conclusion of my study is automation is evolutionary, not revolutionary in accounting. The principle of duality, that is every debit has a corresponding credit, will always remain the central of financial system. The future of accounting lies in balancing technological innovation with traditional integrity. Accounting must adapt the developing digital literacy, analytical skills, and ethical awareness. Combining technologies and human expertise will lead to a more transparent, reliable, and sustainable financial environment. So that's also. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohit. Just I want to tell you one thing. So it's all right, like to write a theoretical aspects of the paper like this, and reassessing the the double entry system or mechanism whichever is there in the age of automation. But you need to be a data driven in that case. Okay. You must have seen Professor Shu. Wait, let me tell you. You must have seen Professor Shu speaking on a topic in a very lucid manner. What exceptional thing he always speaks for the data. He always comes with the data. Okay, so when you write, this is what you have generally got from the literature review, which has already been done. So it is basically a representations of all literatures which are existing. Yes. Okay. So what is your contribution to it? Can you please tell me your contribution to it? The research, every research must have your own contributions. Yes. So your contributions can be only, which I can find out is, you have just amalgamated, you have collected all the informations which are there in the existing literature and try to present them all those information in your own way. Yes. But then try to have some more data-driven approach when you bring the topic like this. The topics are very good. Okay. But I thought that some new aspect will come up. Yes. But no new aspect would be seen from your study, isn't it? So next time it will be there. But the topic is very good. Okay. Congratulations for the. Thank you, sir. Okay. Shayok Chakravarti, Ayush Saraf, Gaurav Ruidas Kiana, Bridging the Financial Divide, the Impact of FinTech Integration on Inclusive Growth in India. Who will be the paper presenter here? Sir, Gaurav Ruidas. Students, please, your please remain silent.
A very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Gaurav Rida, and along with my teammates Kea Nag, Sayak Chakraborty, Ayush Saraf, we are BEd students at Durgapur Institute of Management and Science. Today we are here to present our paper. The title of this paper is Bridging the Financial Divide: The Impacts of FinTech Integration on Inclusive Growth in India. First of all, we need to understand what is fintech. So, fintech means using technology for financial services. In India, if you talk about in India, it changed the way people handle money through UPI payments and Jandhan accounts. These two together made banking easier and more accessible, especially for poor and rural areas. After that, objective of the study. So our main goals were to study fintech growth, to find the link between UPI and Jandhan accounts. And third one is to test in fintech really helps in financial inclusion.
প্লিজ কিছু অবজেক্টিভ এসো তো প্রথমটা এসো
Next is research methodology. So talking about research methodology, so in this paper we use secondary data mainly from 2015 to 2024. UPI transaction numbers showed fintech growth and Jandhan accounts number show inclusion. We used correlation and t-test to see if there is a strong connection between them. After that, data analysis and interpretation. So we found there is a strong positive relationship between the growth of UPI and increase the Jandhan accounts. So when UPI use goes up, on the other hand, Jandhan accounts also go up. The t-test shows that this connection is statistically significant. So there is a graph as you can see. So here the first one shows UPI transaction volume. It means every year it means it keeps rising every year, which means digital payments in India are growing very fast. And on the other hand, PMJDI that source also keep increasing, showing that more and more people joining the banking system. So after that, there is a key findings. Here are key findings of our study. Fintech, especially UPI, has made financial services faster, easier, and more inclusive. It helps people in rural areas, women and small businesses take a part in digital payments. In a short way, you can say that UPI and Jandhan grow together, proving the fintech is helping India move towards the financial inclusion. So last of all, conclusion. So talking about in conclusion, fintech, especially UPI, has played a big role in making India finance system more inclusive. It helps small businesses, women, and rural people take a part in the digital economy. To keep this growth, we must improve digital skills, data safety, and rural connectivity. Thank you so much. Thank you all of you for listening to me.
Thank you, Gaurav, and all other contributed to this paper, Shayo, Ayush, and Kia. Your topic is perhaps the one of the good topic which I can see here, the bridging the financial divide, the impact of fintech integration on inclusive growth in India. But there, regarding the objective, there are certain observations, but I'm not discussing right now. We can discuss sometime later, because when you say it's a growth, then there should be a measurement for the growth. Your objectives have stated a growth, but there should be a measurement of the growth. Again, T-test does not indicate whether there is a strong relation or not. T-test indicate the significance of your relations. That means correlation you have run. You have run the correlation.
Yes.
You have written that, but you have said that it measures the impact, or it measures the relationship. So it does not measure. It confirms the statistical significance of particular relationship which you have tested through Pearson correlations.
Yes.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next is Sweetie Razak and Janvi Kumari identifying challenges and limitations in implementing AI-based accounting system.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sweetie Rajat and with my classmate Janvi Kumari from Panariyal Volunteer College. Today I feel fortunate to speak on topic of my paper, that is identifying challenges and limitation in implementing AI-based accounting system. Now moving on, introduction. AI accounting automates complex tasks, enhancing accuracy and efficiency. However, its implementation faces major financial, technical, ethical, and organizational challenges.
Now moving on, research gap. Most existing studies discuss the benefit of AI in accounting, but limited attention has been given to systematically identifying and analyzing the specific challenges and limitations during implementation. In particular, there is a lack of empirical studies addressing how this obstacle differs across from size, reason, and technological readiness. Now, in this paper, I have considered the three objectives. First, identify the key challenges in implementation AI-based accounting system. Second, analyzing the limitations that hinder the effective adoption and integration of AI in accounting. Third, evaluate existing lectures to understand the existing and impact of these challenges.
Now moving on towards interpretation. The interpretation of table highlights five key categories of challenges that hinder the effective implementation of AI-based accounting system. Financially, the high setup and maintenance cost make it difficult for small and medium enterprises to adopt AI, resulting in slower digital transformation. Technically, the lack of AI infrastructure and skilled professionals reduce to overall effectiveness and reliability of AI application. Ethically, concerns such as algorithmic biases and the loss of accountability undermine trust in AI-generated outcomes. From a security perspective, the handling of sensitive financial data expose organization to risks of cyber threat and foundation regulatory non-compliance. Lastly, organizational barriers such as resistance to change and fears of job insecurity contribute to delay in implementation. Collectively, these challenges reveal that successfully AI adoption in accounting requires balanced attention to financial investment, workforce training, ethical governance, robust data protection, and change management strategy.
Now the conclusion of my paper. The implementation of AI-based accounting system offers transformative benefits but also present multifaceted challenges. Financial constraint, skill storages, ethical issues, and data security risks hinder smooth adoption. Successfully Integration requires more than technological readiness. It demands organizational commitment, regulatory clarity, and ethical accountability. To overcome this limitation, firms should invest in continuous professional development, establish strong data governance policies, and ensure transparency in AI decision making. Policymakers and accounting bodies must also develop framework that balance innovation with ethical and security standards. Thank you.
You are junior students, undergraduate students from UBB College. BB College. BCom. Very good. Now, so it is one last presenter is here for offline presentation. Is Brigampa Chatterjee, Sustainability and ESG Disclosure in Financial Reporting and Evaluation of Reporting Practices in Eastern Coalfield Limited.
Good afternoon. My study is basically an assessment procedure that I conducted on my broad research area, that is on Eastern Coalfield Limited. I tried to make an assessment on the sustainability and ESG disclosure in the reporting format of issue. So far as reporting format is concerned, in today's context, most of the organizations are profit driven, but they have tried not at all entirely trying to adopt the formatted accounting procedures in the reporting format. But ECL, under the holding company of Coal India Limited, is trying to accommodate their reporting format under ESG format. I little shortened my PPT presentation that I have given to sir also. My basic objective of this assessment is to examine the extent and quality of the sustainability disclosure that is followed by the ECL, to evaluate the integration of environmental social ESG practices, to analyze the alignment of ECL's reporting framework with the national guidelines as well as with the global guidelines, to assess the relationship between ESG and the reporting format, to identify the challenges and limitations faced by ECL, and that I have mentioned the greenwashing system, and lastly to explore the regulatory interventions of the stakeholders and the investors. In my finding part, it's basically a secondary data driven analysis, because I have assessment procedure I have followed. That's why to come to the finding part, some accurate database, statistical database, I have tried to collect the databases that I have analyzed 3 individual years, 22-23, 23-24 and 24-25. In that year, ECL has spent significant amount of money in their CSR activities, but that amount is gradually declining.
But as per the Companies Act 2013, Section 135, they have disclosed that they have expended 2% of their earning, but actually they have incurred much more than that. That I have specified in my study. Obligations and actuality में during financial year 24-25, they have expanded almost 17 lakhs rupees, while the actual figure is 4.4 crores, which is much more than their 2% of spendings. So far as BRSR reporting system, CIL and ECL both have consolidated their reporting system as per the requisite formats. Environmental and other tree plantations, this is my basic data. Environmental and tree plantation, they have expanded much more, nearly 9 crores, and they have shown this head of expenditure under other expenses in their financial statements. ECL particularly accumulates all the standard certifications and their management information gatherings like ISO 45001, health and safety measurement certifications, etc. ECL is the largest subsidiary under Coal India Limited, but ECL is not listed. ECL individually is not listed as a share in the share market or not a listed company. But Coal India is a listed company. That's why Coal India has adopted the global reporting initiatives, which includes the ECL perspective and ECL performance. So ECL individually is not showing any global initiative in their reporting system, but Coal India used to. During my assessment, I faced one specific challenge or limitation rather, that the greenwashing system. That is, whatever ECL is disclosing is not actually disclosed by in its financial system. They are expanding something else, but they are disclosing something else. That challenge I have faced. Conclusion of the study is ECL is 100%, not 100%, more than 85% tried to accumulate all their reporting format as per their guidelines, as per the statutory norms. Thank you, sir.
It is perhaps your doctoral topic,
Yeah.
research topic. Very nice topic, but I have some questions to you.
Yes, sir.
Just as a submission that I just want to ask you. See, here you have written that to assess the relationship between ESG disclosures and ECL financial performance, corporate reputations, and investors' confidence. What are the parameters or what are the variables you have taken into consideration to measure or assess the relationship between these parameters? And number two, what measures you have adopted to measure such relationship? So I have two questions. Number one, you have said that you want to test the relationship. So what you did for this, because we have already concluded on that, because in your methodology part, so far as the measurement of relationship is concerned, nothing is written. Number two, second part is that what are the variables, like for corporate reputation, what variable you have chosen? For investors' confidence, there must be some variable. If you want to test the relationship, you must have to bring about some variables. So it is a theoretical analysis or it is a...
It's a theoretical analysis.
So there is no such mathematical...
No mathematical computation. It's a theoretical analysis.
Fine. Okay. So this is all about offline presentations. We have some online presentations as well. I hope the participants are waiting for the online presentations. Again, to those participants, I'm requesting to please restrict your discussions and deliberations to 5 minutes. So can I now invite Momita Shah, Devoshide, Mehdut Ghosh. The topic is the role of artificial intelligence in transforming accounting and management practices. Are you there?
Am I audible to everyone?
Yes. May I know who are you, ma'am?
I am Dr. Momita Shah. May I need to share the screen. Just a minute, sir.
কোডটা বসিয়ে দাও না।
The screen is visible to everyone. May I start? May I start?
মাইকটা অন করো না, মাইকটা অন করো।
Yes, please. May I start?
Yeah, am I audible, madam?
Okay, sir. Yes. Okay, sir. A very good afternoon, respected chair,
Yeah, good afternoon.
distinguished guest, and fellow Paradisian. A very good afternoon, respected chair.
ছেড়ে দাও, ওটা চলছে তো? ওটার মাইক অন হবে তো, আমি নিচে যাচ্ছি। স্যার টেনে নেবো, স্যার টেনে নেবো। Yes, madam, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Momita madam, can you listen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. May I start, sir?
Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You are audible. You are absolutely audible. May I audible?
ম্যাডাম আপনি শুনতে পাচ্ছেন? ম্যাডাম মৌমিতা
একদম
শাহ
শুনতে
শুনতে
পাচ্ছি,
পাচ্ছেন?
sir. I am audible to everyone. Am I audible, sir?
Other participants, can you hear me? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, you are
হ্যাঁ,
absolutely audible.
সৌমদা শুনতে পাচ্ছেন?
হ্যাঁ স্যার
Yes,
শুনতে
sir.
পাচ্ছি,
আমরা শুনতে পাচ্ছি, আমরা সবাই শুনতে পাচ্ছি।
আমরা সবাই শুনতে পাচ্ছি স্যার।
May I start, sir?
হ্যালো? ম্যাডাম
Yes,
শোনা
sir.
যাচ্ছে?
হ্যাঁ, শোনা যাচ্ছে।
হ্যালো?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Sir, you are absolutely audible.
Sir, actually, are we audible to you, sir? Are we audible? You are absolutely audible, sir.
হ্যালো,
ইয়েস স্যার,
ম্যাডাম শুনতে
আমি
পাচ্ছেন তো? হ্যাঁ,
একদম শুনতে পাচ্ছি,
এবার
একদম
বলুন বলুন বলুন
ক্লিয়ারলি।
বলুন। হ্যাঁ, আপনি
ওকে
একটু প্লিজ মুভ অন করুন, প্লিজ প্লিজ প্লিজ।
ওকে ওকে স্যার, a very
ম্যাম
good
5 মিনিটে
afternoon.
প্লিজ প্লিজ 5 মিনিটে
Ekdom.
শেষ করবো।
Sure, sure. A very
হ্যাঁ,
good afternoon, respected chair, distinguished guests, and fellow academicians. I am Dr. Momita Shaha, Associate Professor in the Department of Management at
এই শোনো,
Brainwell University. It gives me immense pleasure to present our collaborative research titled The Role of Artificial Intelligence in Transforming Accounting and Management Practices. This work has been co-authored with Dr. Bidyut Ghosh, Principal Postgraduate Institute of Hospital Administration, Peerless Hospital Campus, and Dr. Deboshree De, Associate Professor of Department of Management, Brainwell University. Now, our paper forms part of the conference subtheme, that is role of artificial intelligence in accounting and management. Through this study, we seek to understand how artificial intelligence is redefining the way of organizations record, analyze, and manage informations, and how it is reshaping managerial thought and practice in the contemporary business world. Now we are moving on the introductory speech, that is the 21st century business landscape is characterized by rapid technological transformation.
ম্যাডাম
Artificial
কাইন্ডলি skip this portion and please go to your objective.
Sure, sir. The main objective of our study was to explore how AI applications are influencing and improving key functions within accounting and management. We aim to investigate three broad questions. The first one, how is AI transforming traditional accounting operations? What impact does AI have on managerial decision making and organizational performance? And what challenges, risks, and ethical issues emerge in the adoption of AI? Now, by addressing these questions, we attempted to capture both the opportunities and limitations of AI integration in real world business context. Now, let us first turn to the accounting domain. Accounting, as we know, has always been the language of business, concerned with accuracy, compliance, and reliability. Yet, it has also been extremely data intensive and repetitive. So, with the advent of robotic process automation and machine learning, many of these routine tasks, such as bookkeeping, data entry, invoice processing, and reconciliations, are now performed automatically. AI system can capture data from multiple sources, verify it in real time, and generate reports with minimal human intervention. Now, more advanced AI tools are also being used in fraud detection and risk assessment. By analyzing pattern and anomalies in large dataset, this system can identify irregular transaction and potential fraud long before traditional audit would catch them. So the implications are very clear. That is, the accountant of the future is not a data clerk but a strategic analyst who interpret insights generated by AI to guide decision making. Turning to the managerial domain, that is, AI is reshaping how leaders plan, forecast, and execute strategies. Through predictive analytics, decision support system, and natural language processing, managers can now access real-time insight that guide actions across marketing, operations, finance, and human resources. Like predictive models can anticipate market fluctuations, consumer preferences, or supply chain disruption. In human resource management, AI assists in talent acquisitions, training recommendations, performance evaluation, and even in predicting employee attrition. In operations management, algorithm optimize scheduling, logistics, and inventory control, thereby minimizing cost and waste. Now, our research yielded several important findings. Like the first one, AI automation leads to remarkable improvement in accuracy and reliability. Second, machine learning and predictive analytics empower managers to forecast trends, optimize resources, and decision effective strategies. The third one, integration of AI in human resource management and organizational planning enhances productivity and for performance evaluation. Fourth one, AI cannot be implemented in isolation. Its success depends on robust data governance, ethical guidance,
Ma'am,
and
it's the
skill
last minute, ma'am.
development.
Ma'am,
Okay,
please
sure,
wrap up.
sir. Finally, in conclusion, in conclusion, artificial intelligence is not just another technological advancement, it is a transformative force that redefines how organizations think, decide, and act. So, before I conclude, I would like to emphasize one key idea, that is, AI is not about replacing people, it is about empowering them. So, it liberates professionals from the task and enables them to focus on creativity, strategy, and innovation. So, with responsible adoption, AI can help organizations move from efficiency to excellence, from automation to augmentation, and from data to wisdom. Now, thank you very much for your attention, sir. I look forward some insightful recommendations from you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We have another paper by Orchitman Das, Shubhodip Bukshi, Shabnam Thakur. The topic of the paper is the impact of artificial intelligence on modern business practices. Sir, please. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Hello? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Please carry on. Please carry on.
Good afternoon, everyone present out there. Myself, Sabnam Khatun, along with my team members, Architman Das, Subhadeep Bakshi. We are the student of BBA in Business Analytics of the Management Department at Greenwood University. Today, we are going to present a PPT on the topic, the impact of artificial intelligence on modern business practices. Introduction. Artificial intelligence means computer system that can think and learn like human. It can perform tasks such as learning from data, solving problems, and making decisions. Today, AI is changing almost every part of the business, from accounting and management to marketing, HR, and operation. It helps manager make better data-based decisions by providing accurate prediction and automation. AI in accounting. In the past, accounting work like data entry, payroll, and bookkeeping took a lot of time and often had human error. Now, AI tools like robotic process automation (RPA) and machine learning make this task automatic. For example, AI can read invoices, detect fraud, and match transactions quickly. Big companies like Deloitte, PwC, KPMG use AI to analyze large data sets, helping accountant focus on important work like giving businesses advice. The next slide. AI in management. Managers today face fast changing market.
Madam, you must have done one thing. See, this is not the way of presentation. You are presenting it through the PDF format in your through your phone, and it is totally illegible. We cannot read anything. So kindly go for your ultimate findings and conclude.
The main findings Our AI boosts efficiency and accuracy in accounting and operation, enables data-driven decision via predictive analytics and improves productivity. However, it faces challenges like ethical issues, data privacy, algorithm bias. AI complements human capability but can't replace human expertise in crucial judgment, creativity, and empathy. At last, the conclusion is AI is a game changer in modern business. It boosts efficiency, decision making, and performance. But tech progresses needs to go hand in hand with ethics, empathy, and learning. For management, student, learning AI and understanding it must for digital economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have another paper by Dr. Shumit Kumar Maji and Mukhtar Hussain. Paper is Factors Affecting the Digital and Financial Literacy Evidence from Emerging Economies of India.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Please, 5 minutes, huh?
Okay, sir. I'm trying, sir.
Yes, Mukhtar, পড়ো।
Yes, yes. Am I audible, sir?
হ্যাঁ, audible, তুমি করো।
Okay, sir. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mukhtar Hussain, and I am a research scholar in the Department of Commerce of the University of Bardhaman. Today, I am here to present a research paper that I have co-authored with my supervisor. The title of the research is Factors Affecting the Digital and Financial Literacy Evidence from the Emerging Economy of India. In the era of rapid technological advancement, digital financial literacy have become essential for driving the shift from traditional to digital financial landscape. So, the in modern technological environment, only financial literacy is not sufficient to cope up with the changes the financial landscape. Therefore, the digital financial literacy has been emerged. From the literature, we can find that it is this issue of digital financial literacy is very emerging and at a nascent stage. Some of the literature review has been done by the different researcher based on the construction of the DFL, and it involves with the identification of several dimensions and indicators of digital financial literacy. And some of the researcher they focused on the identifying the antecedents and determinants of such digital financial literacy. The objective of the study is divided into two points to examine the level of digital
Yeah,
financial
Mukhtar, why don't you come on video? We also want to see you presenting.
I'm sorry, sir.
Yes, please open your video.
Okay, sir.
We also want to see you.
Okay, sir. Yes, sorry. Am I visible, sir?
No. Yes.
Okay, sir. The objective of the study is to examine the level of digital and financial literacy of the people of India and to unveil the effect of demographic and socioeconomic factors on such digital and financial literacy of the people of India. The data sources for the purpose of reaches its multiple objectives, the study used the secondary survey data from the Financial Inclusion Insight database sponsored by the Bills and Melinda Gates Foundation. In this respect, the latest data set, which has been published in 2017, has been used. The methodology of the study has been segregated in two separate parts. One is the methods for or ascertaining the digital and financial literacy, and another is the methods for ascertaining the antecedents of such digital and financial literacy. For the purpose of ascertaining the computation of digital financial literacy, we have seen that digital financial literacy is a combination of financial literacy and digital literacy. And in this respect, the financial literacy has been computed using the objective financial literacy and subjective financial literacy. Objective financial literacy has been computed using the five different subdimensions, that is numeracy, simple interest and compound interest, inflation, risk diversification. And subjective financial literacy has been ascertained using the self-reported financial confidence by the respondent. And digital literacy has been computed using the three subdimension, which is mobile technology access, mobile phone proficiency, and mobile money proficiency. And the level of digital financial literacy has been computed employing the method used by the Maji and Laha 2021, that is any score which is equals to or greater than the 75% of the average, then it can be denoted as the high level of digital financial literacy. And in between 50% equals to 50% less than 5% is moderate level of financial literacy. And less than the 50% of the average score is denoted as the low level of digital financial literacy. And method for ascertaining the antecedents of digital financial literacy. And for this purpose, the generalized structural equation modeling has been employed. And in this respect, digital financial literacy has been treated as a dependent variable, and all the demographic and socio-economic factor has been considered as a independent variable. In this table, the demographic and socioeconomic profile of the respondent has been calculated. And can I explain, sir?
So no need. You just encapsulate. I mean, you just be very specific to your outcomes now.
Okay, sir.
No detailed discussion is required.
Okay. Sir, a modest effort has been given in table 2. In this table, it has been depicted that the state of digital literacy, financial literacy, and the combined digital financial literacy and their zone-wise variation. And it has been found that there is no zone, and as well as the India average, which can achieve the moderate level or high level of uh, financial literacy, digital literacy, or digital financial literacy. And this is the determinants of the digital financial literacy of the respondent. And from this table, it can be observed that the coefficient associated with the age is positive and age square is negative, and both the uh, 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 variables are significant. Therefore, it can be concluded that there is an inverse U-shaped relationship between the age and digital financial literacy. And male respondent have positive and significant coefficient, which endorses that the male respondent have higher digital financial literacy as compared to their female counterpart. Married respondent are exhibiting lower digital financial literacy as compared to their single respondent. And it can also be seen that with an increasing in the level of educations, the digital financial literacy is going to be increased. And for the occupation status, salaried employee, uh, occasional, sorry, self-employed have the top peak in the digital financial literacy, and followed by uh, salaried employee, retired person, and low income group have the considering the base group as a extreme poor. Low income group, middle income group, and high income group are exhibiting uh, significant and positive coefficient, which endorses that the digital financial literacy is increased with an increase in the level of their income. This is the sir conclusion. The outcome of the study suggests that prevalence of low level of digital financial literacy, as well as its two dimensions such as digital literacy and financial literacy, and the zone-wise variation of digital literacy, financial literacy, and digital financial literacy was also demonstrated to be dismal. Astonishingly, people from no zone of India achieve moderate or high scores in financial literacy, digital literacy, or overall digital financial literacy, which can be serious issues tend to be concerned about. As far as demographic and socioeconomic determinants of digital financial literacy are concerned, the outcome of the present study reported a non-linear relationship between age and digital financial literacy among the sample. Furthermore, the study quoted that a significant gender gap in the digital financial literacy among the people, revealing greater performance of the male respondent in terms of digital financial literacy. And an unmarried individual exhibited better digital financial literacy. Moreover, the outcome of the studies show clear positive and statistically significant impact of the various educational attainments on the digital financial literacy of the people of India. People with a higher educational background are noticed to be perform better in DFL. In terms of employment status, the outcome of the study depicted that the people engaged in self-employed activities are found to possess significantly higher digital financial literacy than the other occupation group. Furthermore, the study concluded that the people belonging to the middle income classes were found to have greater DFL among other income classes.
Thank you, Mukhtar. Thanks to Sumit Kumar Maji as well for such a very such a presentation. The topic indeed was very good. Okay, the next presenter is Shobhan Das. Are you here? Shobhan Das? Shobhan Das,
Yes,
you
sir.
are here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, yeah, the topic is effect of Ind AS adoption on financial statements, a study of selected companies in India. Just restrict yourself to 5 minutes, sir. Come directly to the objective of your study and then key findings.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Let me share my screen.
So you have anything to present?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So do
Sir,
it
is it
fast.
visible? Sir, is it visible?
No.
Okay, sir. Let me share my screen, sir.
You have to be on video throughout.
Yes, sir. I'm in. Sir, is it visible? Sir, is it visible now? Hello? Hello, sir. Am I
Yeah,
audible, sir?
you are audible and it is visible.
Okay,
Please.
sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, I'm trying to conclude. Capture it briefly into 5 minutes. So thanks for everyone. Thanks everyone. Just my topic is effect of Indian accounting standard adoption on financial statement, a study of selected companies in India. I am a research scholar PhD research scholar under Macro and under the supervision of Dr. Taposh Ranjan Saha and my co-guide is Dr. Surajit Das. So, as far as the introduction is concerned, as we all know that Indian accounting standards are the Indian accounting
No, sir, no need. Sir, no need.
Okay, okay,
Please
okay,
go to
okay,
the
okay,
objective
sir.
of your study.
Okay, okay, sir. So this is some of my research gap, and as far as the objectives are concerned, that too, there are three objectives. The paper is based on the three objectives to study on the impact of the Indian accounting standard adoption on the in financial indicators of Indian companies. That is the quantitative approach, and as far as the qualitative approach, to analyze the expert opinion about the impact of the mandatory convergence of Indian accounting standard as on qualitative aspect of the financial statement that will be prepared by the Indian companies. And the objective number three is to study the expert perception on the possible benefits of Indian convergence of India. And as far as the methodology is concerned, as the quantitative analysis is concerned, we have two sets of data. One is called as per IGAP and another is as per Indian Ind AS. And we are that is pre-adoption, that is for one is for pre-adoption period, that is 2015-16, and post-adoption period, that is 2016-17. To test the effect of the Indian accounting standard, independent key test is being used for the hypothesis at 5% level of significance. But before that, gray conservative index method has been applied to know the conservativeness of the financial indicators of all the financial parameters. If the index value is between 0.95, as you all know, and 1.05, it means that there is no significant impact of the new accounting standard on financial parameters. The next one, this is the companies that we have selected from 5 sectors. One is called steel industry, another one is called automobile industry, then FMCG industry, and cement industries and information technologies industries. 5 companies from each sectors on the basis of their net worth and sales value that we have taken for the study. Next one, these are the ratios which is being used to evaluate the 4 parameters like liquidity, profitability, leverage, and net worth position and asset positioning. These are the few ratios that we have used, and these are the hypotheses which has been formed on the form to test the liquidity, profitability, asset positioning, and all the other parameters. So these are the hypotheses. I'm not taking much more time. And this is the data analysis and interpretation technique. For to solve the objective one, we firstly uh, evaluate the liquidity positions, and that is these are the gray index value of the liquidity indicator. This table shows that. Next one, test statistics for the liquidity indicators. We have mean and standard deviation, and on the basis of that, p-value has been calculated, and on the basis of the p-value, the hypothesis has been tested. So like this way, the interpretation of the liquidity shows that the above table, according to the above table, there is no statistical evidence at 5% significance level prove that the overall liquidity indicators has changed under the convergence of Indian accounting standard compared to IGAP. Therefore, even though differences can be observed in absolute term, there is no enough evidence to provide the same statistically. Like this way, the other parameters has also been tested due to the slide constant and time constant. I am not put into that PPT. The profitability, like the liquidity, the profitability has been tested. The asset positioning and the leverages are also been tested. To attain the objective 2, that is to analyze the expert's opinion about the impact of the mandatory convergence of Indian accounting standard quarterly aspect of the financial statement, that will be prepared by Indian companies.
Sir, please conclude. Please
Okay,
conclude,
okay,
sir.
okay, sir. Okay, sir. So this is the rotated component matrix that we have used, and on the basis of that, we have clubbed the factor explained, that is for relevance, transparency, comparability, and understandability. And this is the descriptive statistics factor wise that we have prepared, and overall explanation that we have the positive perceptions regarding the reliability and the comparability and all the other factors. This is the test result for the qualitative factors. This table shows the test result for the qualitative factors. And to attain the objective 3, we have also set one hypothesis number 6 and 7. And this is the descriptive statistics for beneficial factors. And this is also the results of the hypothesis testing. And as far as the conclusion is concerned, however, there is no statistical proof of 5% significance level of that to demonstrate that any of the financial positions aside from the liquidity positions improve or expanded results of Indian IT companies and other companies too for the voluntary adoption in Indian accounting standard. Next on the findings, the qualitative elements suggest that the implementation of the Indian accounting standards in India will enhance the quality of the financial statement produced by the Indian IT companies as well as the other companies. According to the study findings, Indian accounting standard convergence will have a cosmetic effect rather than a material effect by enhancing the quality of the financial statement. That is my conclusion. And these are the contributions, some of the contributions that I have also mentioned. These are the
Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Thank you very
Thank you, sir.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we have the last presenter, Tanmayananda Chattoraj. Are you here?
Yes, sir.
So please present your work within 5 minutes.
Okay, sir. Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, please continue.
Okay. So, good afternoon to the organizers of the conference, Shubho esteemed panelists, Chairperson Sir, for thank you for providing me this opportunity to present this paper on nexus between earnings management and corporate distress, cross-country investigation with evidence from India. I'm Ranmanu Chaturaj, a PhD research scholar at the Department of Commerce, the University of Bardhaman. So, without any further ado, let's
No, no,
have a brief.
please move to the objective. See, go ahead,
Okay,
please
okay,
go
sir.
ahead with your objective.
Okay, sir. So we had analyzed the existing literature, which reveals that the distress nexus has been conducted in several trials, both in India as well as outside of India, spanning across different types and sizes of companies. It has not been studied extensively or in a nuanced manner as to whether there lies any kind of industry heterogeneity in the relationship between earnings management and corporate distress. So, these three research questions came up, whether the notion of corporate distress positively reinforcing earnings management is varied across all industries or not, to what extent are the differences in the industry or sectoral moderation, if any, statistically significant, and if there are any justifiable patterns that can be observed in the industry variations that we observe. So, we have conducted this research on the basis of secondary data, which is published financial information retrieved through the AWS Capitaline database. The sample for this study consists of 282 listed Indian companies belonging to non-financial industries, which are included in the BSE 500 index, and they represent 45 diverse industries. We have taken the data from 2016 to 2025, that is 10 financial years, last 10 financial years, making it 2,820 for observations, and therefore this is a balanced panel. We have used different variables in this panel data evaluation. The dependent variable is discretionary accruals, which has been estimated using the sector-wise modified Jones model. The independent variable, the proxy for financial distress, has been taken as the Zmierski score, which is a universal metric for for calculating the likelihood or representing the likelihood of bankruptcy of a company. The moderating variable is, of course, the sector IDs based on the basic sector classification or industry classification of the company. Uh, so this is the discretionary accruals method, which basically acts as a proxy for earnings management. This is the equation that using which we have computed the residuals. The residuals basically represent the discretionary accruals. Moving on, we had compared the fixed effects model, the random effects model, and the pooled OLS models for regressing DA, that is discretionary accruals, as a proxy for earnings management on the Zmierski score. The fixed effects model was selected because the Hosman test and the restricted F test had eliminated or ruled out the random effects model and the pooled OLS models. So this is the sector adjusted interaction model, wherein the sector specific slopes for understanding the interaction between Zmierski score and the discretionary accruals could be ascertained for all the industries. So we observed that out of the 45 industries studied, the fixed effect interaction terms revealed that 10 industries showed a positive and significant industry-specific interaction term, while 10 other industries had a positive. However, the interaction term was found to be insignificant at the 5% level. 23 industries displayed as negative and significant relationship, while there was only one industry that had a negative but insignificant interaction term. the broader findings, which is alongside the third objective, which was to interpret and classify industry patterns to see whether any particular pattern emerges in the industry variations or not. So it was found that capital intensive sectors like metals, industrial products, infrastructure, construction, these sectors showed more or less stronger positive or less negative responses driven by leverage, the kind of financing constraints, and the longer operating cycles that exist within these industries, whereas service oriented and regulated sectors showed a negative or insignificant relationships between earnings management and financial distress, which showed the focus of these companies on real manipulation rather than accrual based manipulation and conservative accounting policies. So we have some policy implications as well that can be taken from the findings of this research. So, for example, the regulators of corporates like the SEBI and the Ministry of Corporate Affairs can tailor their surveillance mechanisms based on the sensitivity of earnings management, industry-based sensitivity of earnings management to distress likelihood. The auditors can employ deeper analytical review techniques towards capital-intensive sectors. Similarly, board oversight could be strengthened in areas in sectors like the service industry, etc., where distress creates incentives for earnings manipulation, where the emphasis can be laid on operational efficiency in sectors showing any kind of negative or muted earnings management distress responses. From the perspective of the investors, sector adjusted earnings management distress profiles can actually improve valuation, credit risk assessment, and portfolio screening for potential companies that investors want to park their funds in. Thank you very much, and I am ready for questions.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Raj. It is indeed
It
a
is
very
indeed
good
a very
topic.
good topic.
The model
The
chosen
model
doesn't
chosen doesn't
appropriate,
appropriate,
and what I
and what
could
I
see
could
that
see
you
that you
have
have
considered.
considered.
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Uh, so whatever the model you have chosen, yeah, it has to, it is appropriate, and so far as the data points are concerned, I think 2820 data points were there. So to
Yes, sir.
have a panel regression, it is appropriate.
Yes.
Methodology is robust, and I hope your outcome. Though at the time, due to time constraint, we could not have an elaborate discussion on that. But what in actual I can say, it is indeed one of the good work presented so far in this seminar.
Thank you, sir. And I really want to, share the credit. I want to express my gratitude to my guide, to my supervisor who's there physically, Devashish sir.
Okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
I thank the organizer for inviting me to be the chairperson of this technical session, Dr. Gupta and all the
Hello.
committee members who have so kind enough to extend this invitation to me. I had one double digit,
Sir, I can't hear you.
takeaway from this because I have been, it is perhaps the second time again I'm meeting Professor Shur on this type of seminar. So always we love to hear from Professor Shur. So I have been the part of this discourse. So I'm taking a lot of the discussion, discourse, whatever he has today. One good thing, what I want to say of this particular seminar was, or every seminar has some takeaways. One good thing is that this seminar could involve a lot many students to be the paper presenter. It may be, we have a lot of observations and everything, but students were the part of the seminar. I think nothing can be better than that. So thank you, thanks the organizer for inviting me in this seminar. Thank you.
so much, sir. We will now enter the valedictory session. I'll request Dr. Debashishu sir and Lalit sir to share their concluding remarks. So, would you like to share some concluding remarks?
So, really, we are very happy to attend this seminar, and especially I must mention that I must convey my sincere regards and heartfelt thanks to all the members of these esteemed institutions for who have given me this opportunity to attend this seminar. So I'm very happy. Thank you very much. Thank you all. এখানে তো অন্ধকার